What's good, everyone? This is the one and only TQuest, and you are tuned into the TQuest Show with DJ El Nino.
Here to guac them, 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 mic.
The TQuest Show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. If you think you can handle being a guest on the show, contact us today. We've interviewed independent artists to mainstream, regular folk to celebrities. You never know who's going to be our special guest, and one day it may just be you. Follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM and DJ El Nino. El Nino. El Nino. Hey you. Me? Yes, you. What up? Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah! GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying! Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more.
Oh my god.
Please visit our website,
I want it right now.
GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs.
Got it!
Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World.
Follow it!
GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
That's right. We are here to take care of all your graphic needs and pretty much whatever you need as an entrepreneur and a business person, because this is the world that everyone is working, okay?
Sure.
Everyone's trying to become a boss, but you got to make sure all your ducks are in a row. And we are here to help you flex your brand, but we can't do our part until you do yours. All you got to do is contact us on any social media site, and then we can help you flex your brand. But today,
Flex your brain.
it's not about you. Today is about this beautiful queen that we have the pleasure of interviewing today. And I'm super excited. I'm super excited because I have so many questions for her because I want to get all up in her business. But without further ado, we're just going to bring her on and jump right on into this thing. Let the people know. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I am great. So thank you guys for having me on your show today. And I am ready to spill the tea. So you ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Let's go.
Girl.
So let's jump right in. Let the people know who you are and where you checking in from.
Absolutely. My name is Adrianna Freeman. I am a country music artist and I am from the great state of Florida. Yes, I am very proud to be a Florida girl. I was born up near Tallahassee, Florida, but I currently reside in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay. Yeah. And normally you a Florida native. You know, I don't really hear it too often, but I think it is so cute, and I love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I kind of lost sound there, so I didn't hear you, but I did hear the very end. You said Florida native, so that means are you from Florida?
Well, we reside here now, but we're not
Oh,
from
okay.
Florida.
Oh, okay, okay. What part? Where are you guys at?
Jacksonville.
All right, that's not too far. The
No, no.
Duval. That's not too far.
You know, I have yet to say that.
Girl, girl, what you waiting on? That's where
I
you
have
from.
to
That's
feel
where
it. It has to be authentic. It has to feel real. No shade to Duval County. But the moment I really feel that this is like home, that's the day I'm going to shout it to the world. So
Okay.
they're still in a trial era for me. But I was
got
saying that I love your southern twang because usually I hear it from people from the Carolinas, but I don't hear it
Yeah,
too often from people from Florida. But I
yeah.
can hear it when you speak, and I think it's so cute.
Yeah, well, now keep in mind now where I was born is right near the Georgia Florida line. So
Mm.
it's like in the country. Like we were talking a little earlier, I was like, yes, there's some great parts. There's the college parts. There's like downtown and all that, and then there's the country, and that's where I'm from. So that's where the
Okay.
accent comes from.
Nice, nice. Now, you stated that you are a country singer.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
before I get into certain questions, I'm sure you kind of can feel where I'm going to go with it. Let's
It's
talk
all
about you
good.
first. And I want you to bring us back to the humble beginnings when you fell in love with music and using your art and gift and sharing it with the world.
Absolutely. So this story is kind of not typical. It's actually atypical. My grandparents were former sharecroppers. And so
Mm.
they lived on land that they owned, that they had worked for and they had. And so they would do fruits and vegetables and things like that. And they had a little country store on the side of the road, which is still there today. And so I said that to say my upbringing in the love of country music actually came from my grandfather. You know, he wanted
Mm.
to be a country music artist. He really did. But that wasn't going to happen for him at that time. But he instilled a love of country in my father, Ed Freeman. And my father also tried to be a country music artist. But mama got pregnant with me. And so he had to, like, work. He had to, like, take care of a family. So he put his dreams aside, but he instilled the love and country in me. And so I started
Mm.
singing country when I was like 8 years old, and I was singing right there in front of my grandparents' little fruit stand.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom would dress me up, a little can dress, little yellow bows, and I'd sit there with my little guitar and I'd sing Yellow Rose of Texas or something like that. So that's
Uh-huh.
that's exactly how I got my start, and that's where it comes from.
I love that. And you know what? I love that it wasn't as if the profession of singing was, how can I put this? Give me a second. I love that they didn't force you to do it, but they was like, try it out, see if you like it, see if you love it, and you just continued with it, if that makes sense. You know how sometimes
Yeah.
some people, adults or parents, live their dreams through their kids,
Yep.
and then the
Yep.
kids are like, well, I'm only doing it for you. Like, in this scenario, you actually enjoy it, correct? Because you're still
Yeah,
doing it. Okay, I just.
absolutely. Yeah, yes, no, that's very, very true. I mean, it is a third generation thing. So I'm very proud of it.
Hmm.
And there were times when, my dad had to give me a little bit of pushing to do stuff, but that wasn't because I didn't love to do it. It was because of the situation sometimes we would find ourselves in when we were performing live. So or growing up, I got teased a whole lot, from other people, like, what you doing singing country? I mean, aren't you black? Things like that. So my
Hmm.
parents were also there as a support for me to tell me, like, you can do it, you can go on, don't worry about what everybody else is saying. God gave you that voice and that sound for a reason, and you're doing exactly what you should be doing.
Absolutely. Now, you brought up something very interesting, and I definitely want to tap into that really quickly.
Yeah.
When did country music become white? Last I checked,
Girl,
there's a
you going for
whole
it,
lot of
ain't
people
you?
that live in the
Look at
country.
you. It's like, hold on now. I know
Like,
my history. So you know what? That's a very, very, very interesting. Because I don't think a lot of people in our community understand that country music, we have contributed to country music a whole lot, a whole lot. Some of the first instruments, some of the country music instruments, like the banjo, things like that, a fiddle playing, a lot of that comes from African American culture. So country music itself was a form of a different type of music, right? It
mm-hmm,
didn't really fit the regular format. And so it became like what they used to call it roots music. And roots music comes from former, slaves and them singing, and sharecroppers singing in the fields and things like that. But we also had that same thing on the hillbilly side as well. And so it became that type of music, but it wasn't always associated with just white folks. It
mm-hmm,
was almost quote unquote like a race music is what they used
mm-hmm,
to categorize it as back in the
mm-hmm.
day. So somewhere along the lines, black people forgot that we loved country music and we helped contribute to country music. And so it became something else. It's almost as if it's not something that we do. We don't like it. That's not what we do. That's not what black people listen to. But that's really far from the truth, honestly.
Absolutely. And I thank you for clarifying that for many people that's listening, because I get it culture wise. It's kind of like with mainstream artists, when they're like, oh, it feels like, it's a dying breed for this genre, or the music is lacking. I'm like, no, it's not. There's plenty of gifted and talented people out there. It's just select a few that's highlighted. So you're looking at them as a representation. Just like
Right.
with the country music, the white artists are highlighted So you put in your mind that only white people can sing country music, and then when you see a black artist doing it, like, whoa, wait a minute. I remember seeing K Michelle's journey with it.
Hmm.
She said this always been her roots, it's always been her love, but because of the label, they wanted her to do R&B.
Right.
She's like, no, but my love and my heart is in country music, so I'm glad she has the opportunity now to live out her dream. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's something that's really important, and I think that's something that we need to go back to is a lot of it is about underrepresentation of Black women in country music. So
Mhm.
think about it now. If you don't have anyone that looks like you, sounds like you, right?
Mhm.
Um, there is no plan. There is no like I guess what you would say, like putting someone in a box and there's like, this is what they look like, this is what they sound like. There's no blueprint for that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so with us in country music, it's kind of hard to place us because we really didn't have a place. We had to carve
Mhm.
that out for ourselves, honestly.
Absolutely.
And so that's one thing I'm here to do is I am here to carve out what African American women should sound like and look like in country music. It's not that we're going to look like everybody else that is there. We're not, because we are
Mhm.
different. But that doesn't
Absolutely.
mean that we don't have the ability to contribute to the music. It doesn't mean that it doesn't come from our hearts and that we grew up listening to it. We did.
Mhm.
And we have every right to be there, just like everybody else. Country music is for everybody. It's not for one body. It's for everybody.
There it is. There it is. And speaking of let's talk about your music, okay?
Yes, yes, yes. Let's talk about my music.
So, for as you know, every platform you're on, it's new ears, new listeners, new viewers, right?
That's right.
So, what are the topics are you discussing in your journey as an artist?
More and more, it's like, well, what was it like
Hmm.
performing when you were younger? Did you,
Okay.
encounter any negative things? What is it like now? How do you feel about what's happening in country music? Do you feel like it's exciting? Like, so it's more so about, which I love, is about my experience in country
Hmm.
music and less about what they think I should sound like, what they think I should be doing. It's more about, well, what was your experience? Why do you love country music? Like, how did you come to be Adrianna Freeman who sings country music? So those are the
Hmm.
types of questions that I get.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. As of today, what do we have out there? Do we have singles? Do we have albums? What kind of catalog are we talking about that you have currently?
Yes. So, like I tell people, I've been doing this for a very long time. And so my first record was released back in like 2002. That was the first record. And I was very young. And, I was kind of a newbie in town and didn't know a whole lot and didn't really know anything about being a major performer or anything like that. So I had to learn, I had to earn my stripes. I released another album in 2012. And then after that, I was really upset with the music industry at that
Mm,
time. And I just felt like there wasn't a place for me because everybody kept telling me there was no place for me. And
wow.
so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna cut this record and I'm gonna take it to the world. And that's what I did. I released it internationally,
Oh,
and
wow.
I had some success over there. Like, girl, let me tell you something. This girl was on list with Taylor Swift when she sang country, Miranda
Mm-hmm.
Lambert, people like that. you know I was like number 3.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And nobody in the US knew anything about me. But
Wow.
overseas, everybody did. And so I finally decided 2 years ago, my dad came to me and he had written a book about our experience in Nashville. And so he started asking me questions about, and I was like, Dad, I don't want to talk about all that old stuff. That's just going to make me upset. And he was like, well,
Mm.
what do you think, baby? He's like, what if we give it one more shot? And I was like, oh, I don't know, Dad. I don't know. It's crazy out there. But he was like, well, what if it's your time? What if it just wasn't the right time and now is the time?
Mm.
And so we actually started cutting the record 2 years ago. I decided to go back in. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna cut the music I want to cut. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna let anybody tell me what to do. and I am going to work with the people that I want to work with. And so
Absolutely.
that's what I did. And next thing I know, here comes all these other folks putting out music and they look like me. I was like, wait a minute, where y'all been? Where did you come from? But I was so excited. I was so excited to see it. I was like, yes, yes, there are others like me who actually
Hmm.
love country music and they want to contribute to it. So that for me was just like everything. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm back. I'm doing it. Here we go. Let's get it.
Let's get it. It's funny you say that because especially after the pandemic, like everybody came out the woodworks. You know, they're like at the end of the day, everyone's like, we just went through a whole life changing experience. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care about the rules. I'm going to write what I want to write. I'm going to sing what I want to sing. I'm going to dance to the music that I want to dance to. Look at me and hear me roar.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And it's
And
loud
it
and
worked.
proud.
Absolutely, but it worked because now there's more eyes on new people and
Yes.
new genres. And like you said, we see more black country singers coming to the light. You
Mhm.
know, no shade to the queen, but like I said, y'all been here. You know, and hey, and before we get into your music, no, you know what? Forget that. We're going to get to the music
Okay.
because you are here and I want people to hear this music. Hey, Danielle. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everyone's checking in. I love this. I love this. Hey, Jenny, HBO on the check-in. DJ Abel on the check-in. Yes, we got the black country music artist. He's here for it. Well,
Yeah.
since you are here for it, we're going to tap right in. I want you to real quickly talk about the single that your team presented to us today.
Okay.
And then I want you to remind people who you are and introduce the
Absolutely.
song.
Absolutely. So, this song was written by myself. It's called The Price. And so, when I write music, I write it about things that either I've experienced or maybe a friend has experienced or something that motivates me. And it just makes me want to write something about it. So, this song was actually that. I wanted, like I said, when I didn't want anyone telling me what to do about my music this time. I was like, if I'm going to give it one more shot, I'm going to do it my way. What else do I have to lose? So I wanted to create a song that infused both two styles of music that I really liked without competing against each other. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why you have that Delta blues sound with it because I love the
Mm-hmm.
blues, I really do. And then you have country music because that's also my first love of music. And so
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to cut this song and I tried to produce it myself originally. Y'all, that was a bad idea. Um Sometimes artists we need to know when we have reached our limit. And I had reached my limit. The song was a hot mess. So I had
Oh.
to go and ask an old friend, Bill McDermott, who is in Nashville. You check him out. He's produced some of the best in the world. And he worked with me on the song. And so this is what we got, The Price. And I cannot wait for you guys to check it out, to hear it. I love it. And I hope you do too. Yes, it is.
Well, and we are back here on the TQuest Show with DJ El Nino with Adrian Freeman.
Yeah, Adriana's showing out. That's what she's doing over there, showing out. You know what I'm saying? She's like,
Yes,
yeah, you
yes,
got some names, but yo, I got this. Great
yes,
song. I like that.
absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I
I
like that.
listen, we are here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. And this is what we sound like. So
Yes. Yes.
So,
we're
so let me
here.
ask you a question.
Sure.
What was it like when you had that influx of folks that normally didn't do it? What happened to like your career? Did that help bring light to you, or did it? You know what happened? Tell me about that.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, so when I left Nashville, it was like 2012, 2013. So none of these
Okay,
people were there when I was
got you,
there.
got
Now,
you.
there were a few now. So on the men's side, obviously there was Charlie Pride. He has been there for forever. And then
Facts.
there was a
Hmm.
man named Cleve Francis. Y'all go look him up. Trini Triggs was another one. He was signed to Curb at the time. They both were. And then there was Darius Rucker was just coming on the scene at that time. But Hootie and the Blowfish,
Who do you
he
blow?
was
Yes,
just
yes, yes,
making,
yes. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, he was just making his way over there. So there was Reese Palmer, another phenomenal sister who has been doing country for a long time. Miko Marks was there. And then we had just heard things about Valerie June, but not a whole
Okay,
lot of them. So these were
okay,
the people that I knew that were there when I was there. So I left because we kept being turned down by, listen, I've been turned down by every record label in Nashville twice.
Wow.
got you.
And it was, yeah, it was heartbreaking. And so I thought, I was like, well, maybe I just need to sing harder, write better, learn to do something more. And I found out when they actually, some of our friends who I'm still friends with them today, they just pulled me to the side and they were like, honey, we gonna tell you what ain't nobody gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. It was like, it doesn't matter how good you are, it's just not gonna happen right now. And I was like,
Mm.
what? So think about that. Here it is, this time and age in America, and they're telling me that this wasn't going to happen because of something that I could not change. I couldn't, it wasn't that I wasn't singing good. It wasn't that I wasn't writing good. It wasn't that I wasn't performing on every level. I was playing every club on Broadway. Every one of
Mm.
those clubs down on Broadway, like Tootsie's and all these other places, the Electric Cowboy, if it's still there, I don't know if it's still there, but Silverado, I played all of them. And they don't just let anybody in there. You have to perform your butt off to get into these places, and you pay for tips. You play for tips. That's just how it worked back then. So I'm there, and they're telling me this. I was
Wow.
devastated. I had spent 10 years of my life at that point in Nashville, trying to make it, trying to prove myself. So
Mm.
I left for a hot minute, and then when I decided to come back, like I said a few years ago, next thing I know, I hear there's all these other people. And I was ecstatic. I was like, there's people that look like me. There's other black people. Black women is what I was really looking for, because men have been there, right? Like Kane Brown, all these folks, they're there. So they already know what that blueprint looks like. But for us, the black women, there was none. So it was just like, well, who do we look up to? Who do we what do we do? And so when I saw that, and I saw that people were more receptive to black artists in country music, and then of course Queen B, when she rises up, she's like, I'm doing a country album. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Because I remember when she went to the CMAs, I remember that thing when she did it with the Dixie Chicks back in the day. And I don't think that she really understood how bad Nashville looked at the Dixie Chicks at that time. So I don't think that that helped her
Mm.
cause at all. But she is Queen Bee. So the thing is that she has the money, she has the pull, she has the resources to go there and do exactly what she wanted to do, where a lot of us don't have that. So what I love about what she did though is that she opened up her platform and she elevated other black women. And that's how I didn't even know these girls. I didn't know anything about them. I'd never heard anything, any of their music. And all of a sudden I see them on a Beyonce album, and now they're everywhere. But that to me was, if she did anything, she did that. She did that.
Yeah, that's real because because she's at an iconic level. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But her reaching back and like pulling some other folks up. Like no, it's not just me. It's this I mean just about me. It's about them folks too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I haven't been and honestly I'm not the biggest country music fan. Um, but when she did that, that made me pay more attention to country music.
It
That
did.
made me go and look at some of the other artists that were doing things. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Even when K Michelle did it, she's at a certain level. She's not at that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when Beyonce did, I'm like, all right, let me pay a little more attention to what's going on. And then I found out now country has all these subgenres. I didn't know there was a trap country rap scene. I didn't know anything about that.
It wasn't there when I was there. I didn't know it either.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
didn't
what is
know
going
anything
on
about
here?
that.
Is this a rap song, a country song? What we got going on?
Yeah,
It was
I'm
like,
like,
wow, everything had changed. It had all changed. And so I was like, well, here I come doing traditional country. And everybody else is over here doing this thing.
uh huh, uh huh,
But I got to do what's true to me. I got to do what's
that
good to
is,
me. And the thing is that you made a very valid point, right? Is that that's a lot of people don't understand. People are like, well, that wasn't no country album. And I'm like, do you understand that she brought over so many new fans simply because she told her Beehive, I made a country album, please go buy it. And they did. And now they're over here looking at all of us and now they're learning
yep,
about the rest of us. So that's what I'm like, listen, y'all, I'm not going to argue about whether the album was country. Y'all, listen, none of that matters to me. What matters is that she came over and she shined light on the
massive
situation that
spotlight.
I went through
Yep,
years ago. And she was like, this is what it's like. And but I'm here to make a change and I'm gonna elevate my sisters along the way. So she did that. That's one thing I'm like, y'all listen, y'all say what you want to say, but she did that.
that
She
is, that
showed up.
is, that
Absolutely.
is, because for real, a lot of artists at that level don't necessarily reach down and help
No,
pull folks up. You know, they
no.
don't. You know
She
what I mean?
didn't
A
have
lot of people
to.
think she
Yeah,
did not
she
have to.
did
She
that.
did not have to.
She did not have to do that, but she did it. And she brought them on a stage. I mean, to go from playing a bar and your record label dropping you, like this one girl, Tierra Kennedy, I heard her story and I felt bad for her and she got dropped and I understand what that feels like and it sucks. And but to go from not having her record deal to Beyonce putting her on her album. Do you know what that did to elevate that girl's career now? I mean,
Facts.
it's crazy. It is crazy. So, yeah, that's another thing. When we get up there, y'all, we have to reach back and help the folks back down there and pull more of us up because we ain't going nowhere. We here now. They can't kick us out.
That
So, we're
is.
going to have to
That
help
is.
and surround each other and bring everybody with us.
I like that. Talk to him, Quest.
Well, all I'm going to say is you got the attention of our listeners and viewers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And they're showing that they always had a love for country music. So I'm glad that you were here. And I'm glad that we're introducing a new artist for them to check out. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah,
support
and
the music. And
that is.
go ahead, love.
Yeah, no, and I know a couple of folks that actually run some country stations
Yep.
that I'm going to send this to. You know what I mean?
Really?
Of
Yes, of
Oh,
course.
course.
man. Let me,
It's
let me
just
tell you,
it's
you
good
just
songs.
made my day.
You know, I'm going to do that because
You know how hard I've been trying to get over there? I mean, I had to stop and walk through the doors that were open, and it was my own community that brought me in. Like because of what's happening, this is why we're here right now.
right.
This is why I'm on your show. Is because the world is looking. We black people, we are taking back our heritage and saying, "Hey, listen,
Say
we've
that
been
again.
here.
Facts. Say
We've
that.
been here. What you talking about? We stay in our lane. What lane? The lane we built. What you talking
That
about?
is.
We've
That
been
is.
here.
That is. Yeah, we let y'all ball this for a little too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For a little too long. Now we coming back
absolutely.
louder and prouder.
That's
Um,
right. That's right. You see my shirt. We the people. Let's get it.
that is.
Now they gonna want
That
to
is.
jump in like they always do and cut
Nah,
into
nah,
the back.
I love that. I love that though. Real talk. I love that. I love your energy. I love the song. What's another song that's in your catalog that I need to hear? That is a must hear. That is in your catalog.
Oh, absolutely. Halo. Halo was another one. And so that one was that one has a bluesy church and country feel. So it sounds like you're at church on Sunday morning, but now
Okay.
the lyrics are country, honey. And so if you go to YouTube on my YouTube channel,
Okay.
you'll see all the videos there, and Halo is there with the price as well. But Halo is it's an interesting thing. It's about a woman who has been battered, and she finally finds the strength and the strength to leave the
Okay.
situation. And so, a lot of things, when these situations happen, people don't understand the most dangerous time in that woman or that man who's being abused life is the when they try to leave. That's the most dangerous time of when that, people can lose their lives.
That's
And so
facts.
this,
That's
yes,
facts.
this
Yep.
song
That's
was
facts.
about that. Now it's an up tempo song, but girl, listen, I'm taking y'all to church on that one. And that's what it is. Like, this is what black country music should be. It should be. Why is it okay for all of them to go and sing, and Chris Stapleton and all of them singing with all this soul, but we're not supposed to do that? No, this is who we are. So I'm going to bring what I am into any and every song that I make. And so that is one that you do have to listen to. You have to check that out.
That is Halo. Everybody out there, listen to her, listen to the music. Go check it out on YouTube. Go stream it. Go do whatever you got to do. But support the artist. She has some songs that need to be heard.
Yes.
Talented individual. I'm going to be sending it out to some folks so they can add it. They can listen to it and add. I know they're going to add it because it's good. So we're going to get that
Well,
done.
thank you. I hope so. I hope so. And the other songs, so I released three from this album that I'm trying to get released this year. The album is called Lessons I've Learned, and each song is a lesson that I either learned personally, or, like I said, someone in my family learned, or a
Okay.
situation that I saw. And so there's another song on there, and y'all don't get mad with me. It's called "I Ran Out of Whiskey." So I'm gonna go ahead and
Nah, I'm not listening
explain
to
this
that.
to y'all one time, because I ain't gonna come for me and be like, "Girl, what you talking about over here?" So here's the deal. That song was written about the American people and what we are going through in this
Okay.
country right now. That's what that song's about. And it's about how things are so hard. And we over here looking at this and this, and you know how every election year they come over here with all these distractions, and they're
La la
distracting us
la.
from the fact, yeah, they're distracting us from the fact that it's really not about what they're trying to pin us against each other, Democrat,
Mm-hmm.
Republican, black, white. Man, no, none of that matters. None of that matters. You have to look and see what's really going on. And so
Facts.
that's what that song is about. And I wrote that song with my longtime bandmate Mark Hawkins, and he's actually singing and playing in that song with me. But that song is really about America, and we need to stand up. We need to work together. They don't want us to work together, but if we did, we could all be great, because baby, right now ain't nobody great. Okay, so we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out.
There it is.
She's taking us to church right
That,
now
that,
on the
that
I'm
is.
sorry.
podcast.
That
I'm
is.
very passionate about my
That
music.
is.
I'm very passionate about my music, and I'm a Southern black woman, so I'm gonna say what I want to say.
No,
Absolutely,
no, this
absolutely.
it's strong music, and folks need to hear it. You know what I mean? Folks need to. I love when artists are passionate about their stuff. You know what I mean? I say
Yes,
that. I love it when yeah, I do.
our babies. We're
Yes.
passionate about our babies.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
is.
Absolutely.
Tell the folks out there where they can find you and how they can help you out. You know what I mean? Either buying or streaming your music. Talk to them about that.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. So you can find me at adriannafreeman.com. You can also find me on Instagram, and that is official.adrianna.freeman. And then you can also find me on TikTok as well. That is Adrianna Freeman Music. You can find me on YouTube, official Adrianna. So I'm everywhere. The music is on all of the streaming platforms. So you can either go on a streaming platform if that's what you do, or you can go to the website and buy the music from my website as well. But we also are selling like apparel, like these shirts. I came up with this shirt, and it's true now because everybody's saying it now. And I was like, dang, I did this shirt a year and a half ago, but okay, here we go. We're gonna do it. So yeah,
Trying to
just
take
please
my
support.
swag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, listen, let's support each other. Let's keep making a loud voice, because if we all work together, a mighty fist, will break down that stronghold. And then
There it
it'll
is.
be just country music is good, and it don't matter who's singing it or what we look like. And that's what I
Absolutely.
want to do. I'm trying to invoke change in that genre because I have been there for a long time fighting against
Mm.
that same big old thing that's there, that perpetual glass ceiling that they hold up over our heads. But black ladies, we are breaking through this year. And if it ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be somebody else. But it's gonna be me. Y'all hear from me again.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
I know that's right. I know that's right. So what we're gonna do is we want to appreciate. We thank you for taking the time out to be here on the TQuest show with DJ El Nino. And next couple of days we're gonna contact you to get some more like info and some things so we can send over some stuff to our music and DJs and our colleagues. Like we said, we do know some radio programmers and owners of country stations and people
Thank
who
you
love
so
country
much.
music. Because that's what this platform is about. You coming on here, you're telling your story, and to gain new listeners, new followers, and inspire the people. And you're opening new ears to the country music and letting people know that you are here, like DJ Abel from Jersey said,
Yes. It
revolutionary
was
country.
You got it, baby. You got
You know what
it.
I'm
You got
saying?
it.
So, like I said, we're gonna contact you, and we're gonna spread the word.
Thank you
Okay?
so much. I
No,
really
thank you.
appreciate you. I really
Thank you.
listen. Hey, I'm just trying to do my part. I'm just trying to do my part for our community and elevate it, and show excellence in it because we are excellent, and God has made us um in His own image, and so we
Mhm.
don't deserve to be treated any other way. And I'm not going to stand for it anymore. So I am going to be just as loud and as proud as I possibly can and keep writing the music that I want to write and the music that y'all want to hear. So, that's what it is.
There it is. I like that. Won't be the last time. You know what I mean? First time, but won't be the last time. We
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
And like I said, she's going to stay in contact with you so we can um, become more familiar with each other. All right?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Y'all
you.
just made my day with that country music radio thing now. I'm just I've been trying, I've been trying to get my music up. No, no, no. That's all I've been told. No, no, no.
No,
So
I
hopefully some
understand.
people will say yes, yes, yes.
There it is.
Starting here first.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Once again, we appreciate you, and you guys are tuned into the TQuest show with DJ Onino and today's guest, Adrianna
Here to
Freeman.
guac them, here to 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 guac them, mic.
The TQuest show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining. If you think you can handle being a guest on the show, contact us today. We've interviewed independent artists to mainstream, regular folk to celebrities. You never know who's going to be our special guest, and one day it may just be you. Follow us on all social media platforms at TQuestGLM and DJ El Nino. El Nino.